same thing as developing and training, a horse.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we're going to call ourselves people horses. So let's use that analogy.
For freshly brewed discussion on automotive sales and marketing, this is Coffee with Jason. The Coffee with Jason podcast is sponsored by Closer's Coffee. For that full-bodied, rich, sweet flavor with a bright acidity, drink Closer's Coffee, stay caffeinated, and keep on closing. Find out more at closerscoffee.ca.
There's so many examples where either the dealer wants to or has adopted a set it and forget it mentality. They don't connect their marketing efforts to their sales efforts, or it's done poorly. We all know about the path to the sale. Technology, usually in the ways that it's used today, actually interrupts the path to the sale rather than facilitates it.
It can create these chunks, these little, what I call them, mountains and valleys in between the process to the next process. Yep, 100%.
Exactly. Yeah, and whether it's a speed bump or a mountain, either way, it's a distraction from the intent that the dealer has. Ultimately, their goal is to what? Sell more cars.
Sure.
But with the narrative around technology, I just had this conversation this morning with another professional in the industry. This individual has a significant background in technology. He worked for or was hired by Microsoft when they started to go from enterprise to desktop.
Oh, you mean that little company? I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they might make it. The jury's still out. But his technique was to build relationships with his customers, and he landed a big sale and got chewed out by his sales manager because he asked questions instead of, I think the phrase that he used was, his manager yelled at him and said, "We're Microsoft. We tell people what to do. We don't ask them." And remember, this is on the heels of him making one of the largest sales in the company's history at that time, in this new division. And so he went home and he's thinking, I'm not only going to be me, I'm going to be more of me, and had a really successful career in that. And again, that analogy to the car business related to technology, everybody knows who Brian Benstock is. I heard Brian make one of the best comments on another podcast recently. He had 2 points. You know how many cars the average salesman sold in 1982?
How many?
His answer was 8 to 10. Now, I didn't fact check him, but he's Brian Benstock, so I'm going to take him at his word. His point was, you know how many cars the average salesman sells today? 8 to 10. So in 40 years, almost 40 years, we haven't changed anything. All of the narratives around how to do this better, how to use technology, the average is still 8 to 10. Now there's guys that are selling way more than that, but they're the outliers. And there's dealers that are selling way more than what that average would amount to, given whatever X number of salesmen. You got 6 salesmen, okay, you're selling 48 to 60 cars. You got 20 salesmen, you can do the math.
Yep.
But the thing that really struck me was the idea of all these different salespeople focusing on building their brand. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just offering a guy who's well respected in the industry. Here's his opinion. He said, "We've made our salesmen busier, but no better." And that's a paraphrase.
No, that's very true.
We don't even know that they really know how to sell a car. And we're also adding then the idea, by the way, you should also build your own personal brand.
Well, the thing is that you can't just, it's just same thing as developing and training, a horse. Yeah, that's what we're going to call ourselves people horses. So let's use that analogy. But there's some truth to it, right? You have to create a routine. All right. You have to define, what you're actually trying to do or why you're actually trying to do it. What it is what you end up getting is you're getting people out there that they're calling it branding, they're calling it social media, but they're just saying crap for the sake of saying it. There's not a lot of intent or value behind what they're actually saying. So, I think salespeople need to be branding themselves, but they understand that branding is providing content that others find valuable, not are self-serving for yourself. Do you know what I mean?
So, what stood out most to you? And what did you take away from this? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to like the post and share it to keep the conversation going. Be sure to check out and connect with Bill on LinkedIn. And follow Jason on all our social media platforms to keep up to date with daily content. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, anywhere that you can share content. Until the next time, this has been Nathan with Digital Dealership Solutions. Have a great day.